Hillary Clinton's testimony to the House Select Committee on Benghazi promised to be a marathon, and it was. Committee members questioned the former Secretary of State all day and much of the evening about the deadly 2012 attacks.
Some Democratic members are now suggesting that they may quit the committee, saying the hearing proved this investigation is political. Nancy Cordes covered the hearing from the start to very late last night. She's back on Capitol Hill. Nancy, good morning.
Nora, this was one of the longest hearings I've ever seen. 11 hours with a couple of breaks in between. We added it up, and Clinton was asked more than 300 questions about Benghazi, about her emails, and about her leadership.
Seems like there's a pattern of change in your story.
If anything, the questioning grew more intense as the hearing stretched into the night.
No one ever recommended closing the post in Benghazi.
No one recommended closing, but you had two ambassadors that made several requests, and here's basically what happened to their requests. They were torn up.
Well, that's just not true, Congressman. I know that's
Secretary, they didn't get through. It didn't help them.
Indiana Republican Susan Brooks grilled Clinton about her communication with Chris Stevens, the ambassador killed in the attack.
Did you ever personally speak to him after you swore him in May? Yes or no, please?
Yes, I believe I did.
But when was that?
I don't recall.
We have no record that you had any conversations with the ambassador after you swore him in and before he died, and you were his boss.
I was the boss of ambassadors in 270 countries.
Clinton worked throughout to keep a calm demeanor, even as she was pushed on her actions that night.
I did not sleep all night. I was very much focused on what we were doing.
What time did you learn that Sean Smith had died?
That was earlier in the evening.
So that was before you left?
Yes.
Okay, and then what about Ambassador Stevens? Was that
It was before I left.
The endurance test didn't sit well with Democrats.
I don't know how you're doing, but I'm exhausted.
So I don't know what we want from you. Do we want to badge you over and over again until you get tired, until we do get the gotcha moment that he's talking about? We're better than that.
And at the end, even committee chair Trey Gowdy struggled to explain what had been gained.
And important new things you learned today.
I think some of Jimmy Jordan's questioning, well, when you say new today, I mean, we knew some of that already. We knew about the emails. In terms of her testimony, I don't know that she testified that much differently today than she has the previous time she's testified. So I'd have to go back and look at the transcript.
And that is after a hearing that was longer than all the other hearings that this committee has held put together. And those hearings had multiple witnesses. Though, in fairness, this committee hasn't held many hearings because it canceled all the ones it was supposed to hold with other officials over the past 9-month scale.
All right. Thank you, Nancy Cordes.